Today's episode is brought to you by Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, green juice, solves the problem of juicing greens on the go. Just add water, drink, and let your body soak up the benefits. Visit Organifi.com, that's Organifi.com, to learn more about an exciting offer for you, our podcast listeners. Today's show is also brought to you by Health IQ. Health IQ is an insurance agency that does things just a bit differently. They help health-conscious people like runners, cyclists, weightlifters, vegans, and vegetarians get lower rates on their life insurance. To see if you qualify, get your free quote today at healthiq.com/success, or mention the promo code SUCCESS when you talk to a Health IQ agent. And now let's jump into today's show.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am, and I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
What is going on? What it do?
Where in the world is Douglas Thomas? Are you out there?
Hey, let me tell you something. I'm going back to Cali.
California, huh?
Oh, bro. I'm talking about, man.
Cali.
I'm talking. I used to complain about the taxes here and how expensive stuff is, bro. I promise you, after a week in Detroit, just 1 week at home, just 1 week, it's worth every. I think the oranges was like $20 a piece. I bought 6 of them. Bro. I just left the mall area. The dude was complaining. I was like, "How you doing?" He's like, "Yo, it's hot." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Bro, we don't get a break, bro. I want some rain or something. You don't get a break." I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Come on with me. Come on over to my place.
Because we don't get a break over here.
You don't get a break,
we don't get a break at all.
You'll get a break, all right.
It's supposed to snow, I heard, Carl.
It never stopped, bro. We had flurries yesterday, about a half inch of accumulation. I'm just like, I stopped looking outside.
No, Carl,
I didn't even open the blinds today. Like, whatever it is.
This is like a bipolar weather here. I see 50, 65, 60,
Crazy.
43, 30, and snow, 42. I'm like, bruh, come on, give me a break. Give me 30s or 40s or 50s or 60s. Give me a break with the with the bipolar boy. Give me a break.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, y'all ain't getting no break in no time soon. So, and you know what they say, April flurries bring May flurries.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
So May flurries.
Y'all will be.
I'll be in Cali if you need me, see? I'll be in Cali if you need me.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, again, we here again. One of the things about, obviously, man, doing a weekly podcast is that, you guys, out there in listener land are, really a part of our lives. Like, it's hard to hide stuff from y'all, right? Because we get on this podcast every day. Before you kind of got on the phone, Carl and I were just like, yo, it's, we on this thing every week. And it's like, we're so transparent and, obviously we're not going to get on here and just talk about like motivation all day, every day. Like, we're human beings at the, same time. And so, we go through things and, this week for my family is no exception. You guys both know my cousin Pierre, who unfortunately, passed a couple of days ago. So this is very fresh and heavy on my heart. Very tough time for, my whole family. He leaves behind, a wife, 2 kids. I think my cousin Kalani, I want to say she's in 9th grade, maybe 10th at the most. And my cousin Kai in 6th or 7th grade. So you can imagine, man, just a devastating time.
No question.
I don't think there's ever a right time to lose a parent, right, or anything. But man, he died of a heart attack a couple of days ago, so this is very fresh. And I don't want to make this like a super heavy podcast in that regard. That's not my goal, but I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge him and dedicate this podcast to him. And also, to my little cousins and, my cousin Kia, just, love you guys so much. And we're actually doing this podcast later than we've ever done it because I called the guys and they got love for me. They was like, yo, see, whatever you need to do. I got to get on a flight tomorrow with the whole fam. So we're headed back to Michigan tomorrow. And so the guys, I said, man, if we can squeeze it in. And so it's like, I don't know, Carl, what, 8:30 our time, something like that, 8 o'clock? Yeah, so we never do the podcast this late. But, again, we're transparent as individuals, and this was a super tough loss, of course, coming off the loss of, my Uncle Randy and then Candace's father. And, but this is real life, and this is stuff that you actually have to deal with. And so we're here. And before we actually get into any of that kind of stuff, man, I do want to tell y'all a funny story. I don't even know if I told y'all, but Pierre is actually, one of the people responsible for me, loving the entrepreneur life. And so P always had a hustle, you know what I mean? I always called him hustle man coming up. He always kept a job, a 9-to-5 too, but he always had T-shirts or hats or any, just something, right? Just something he could sell and make a profit on. And I remember one time I must have been about 16 years old, right? And P, he's from Chicago, hustle man. So he tells me, what you got going on this weekend? I'm 16. I'm like, bro, nothing. I'm just chilling. What's going on? He's like, man, I'm going to go down to Chicago. I'm going to get these shirts. We're going to roll over to Cincinnati for the Jazz Festival. And we're going to print up Jazz Festival T-shirts. I can get them for the low in Chicago. We'll drive over to Cincinnati and make it happen. We'll sell the shirts and I'll give you a cut. So I'm like, bet, let's do it, right? So we go down to Chicago, scoop the shirts up. We get the shirts for the low. At the time now, I'm not thinking nothing about copyright, licenses. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, we got some T-shirts. We about to go slang these joints. So we pull up in Cincinnati at the Jazz Fest, but by the time we got there, it was almost over. And so we were sitting outside with the T-shirts, but I was like, yo, they not even checking people at the door anymore, so let's just go in. So P was like, nah, I don't know about that. Come on, cuz, come on. I'm like, nah, man, I'm about to go in. So I take the shirts, right? I got I must have 100-some shirts in my little bag. So I hit up the stairs, boom. And I'm catching people as soon as they come out the thing. So they pumped up, they got Frankie Beverly Mays, they got all, whoever at the Jazz Fest. And they coming out, and I'm sitting there with the shirts. So before you know it, I got 100 people around me just how much the shirts? 20, 20, 20. So I'm making money hand over fist, right? And so P tried to catch me yo, let's not do that right here. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not even listening to him because I'm infatuated with this money that's coming in, right? I'm literally grabbing 20s, throwing shirts. I must have had $600 in my hand, and I got a tap on the shoulder, and I thought it was P, and I'm like, yo, P, leave me alone. And it was the police. And so the policeman was like, excuse me, young man, do you have a license? I'm thinking he talking about my driver's license. So I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? What's the problem? So long story short, he yo, y'all come with me. And Pete wasn't selling no shirts like that. It was me. And, he was trying to get me to stop. I was so gung-ho, I had ran up the steps and just started getting to it. So they took me to a little room and just looked me up and saw that I didn't have, any warrants or anything like that. So they let me keep the money. And they took the shirts.
That's what I was
and
waiting to hear.
Yeah, they let me keep the money.
Hear the story.
Yeah, they let me keep the money.
It's
And P was like, yo, cuz you can't be doing that. You hot, bro. But I was so gung-ho when I seen the people ready to pay. So they let me keep the money, but they confiscated the shirts. So long story short, man, we drove from Lansing to Chicago to Cincinnati just to break even on the shirts. And it was
Isn't
a
that
long
crazy,
drive.
Yeah, just the
yeah.
whole youth, and you don't mean no harm. You didn't mean
No,
no
I
harm.
promise you I didn't. I
Yeah,
didn't
but
at
just,
all.
you know
And I
what
don't
I'm
even
saying,
think
just
I don't
not
even
knowing.
think P meant no harm. You know what I'm saying? He probably was just,
P knew
early
how to do
20s,
it,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so
I'm sure P knew how to do it. He knew
Yeah,
he knew where to go.
for sure.
Yeah,
Oh
you know
yeah.
what
He
I'm
knew.
saying?
He definitely knew better than to be running up in the stadium doing it. I think he had in his mind, we'll post up at the trunk of the car, just catch people as they go
No
onto their
question.
ride. But
See right
Bruh,
up
I'm
there
like,
with
I'm
Freddie
trying to
Beverly
get,
and Maze.
I'm like, by the time they get to their car, they're gonna be ready to leave. Let me catch these jokers right now.
see
And this was in the era where people still carried cash.
Yeah.
So I was
right.
like, oh, you
Imagine
should have
that.
seen me.
Yeah, imagine
I'm telling
that.
you,
Cashing
one dude
out.
had a shirt.
Yeah.
He was like, let me look at the shirt. He was like testing it out as the police grabbed me. And I'm like, the police trying to like pull me by the shirt. I'm like, bro, give me the 20, give me the 20, give me the 20. My man just and my man was like, oh, okay. My man, he let him keep the shirt. My man just never gave me my 20. I was a little heated about that. But that was one of my first entrepreneurship lessons. I've done things above board since then. I've learned.
You know, I'm saying above board.
Well, I'm just saying. I know now.
Mostly
You know,
above
somebody
board.
selling the ET shirt, which we've had that, and I got pissed. And so I try to, channel my inner, 16-year-old self when I was young and ambitious and had Luther Vandross shirt on a picture on a shirt and selling that. But nah, man, shout out to P, man, who,
No question.
was always hustling, man, always going at it. But it's actually, man, kind of ironic that we talked about, last week, the health
before you
thing.
go there, though, see, when you called me and told me Pete died, you know what I'm saying? I was like, wow, I never thought about it, but I was just like, when you talk about the, some people call it law of attraction, some people karma, some people the Holy Ghost, but you know what I'm saying, whatever you call it. But I'm tripping because we talk about how I connected with CJ's father, but as I look at like our connection, I'm like, yo, when I first moved here, 2003, I actually got connected, to P and your cousin because we were at the kids went to Sankofa and there was a preschool, like before school hookup and then an after school hookup. And Carl, when you're an entrepreneur, and Didi was going to 5, she get off at 5, get home at 5:30. You know me, I'm trying to make my moves, hustle man in my own regards. I worked at the school, so I'd get there early. They would look out for Jada specifically because she was not barely she was barely in kindergarten by the time we moved up. And I'm laughing because I'm thinking about Avery and Jada was the kind of kid that would eat breakfast, and when she would go to the program, she would hit it, she would smash again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
right.
She smashed.
Oh,
again.
no doubt.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So Jada loved them. Loved they call them Babas and Mamas there, but Baba Pierre. And I remember, like you said, just that we would just have, man, some serious conversations about, the state, of Chicago, the state of Detroit, just really the state of urban America, and P could go, toe to toe with you on, on that kind of stuff. And like you said, he always had something, and he wasn't selling stuff that was detrimental to the community, but was uplifting to the community, So I was just laughing when you called me, like kind of tripping, like, wow, like I was connected with C years before I knew I was connected with you. You know what I'm saying? And it just ended up, coming full circle from there to your.
Hey, didn't we do some break the cycle shirts with him or something?
Sure.
Like I vaguely
Yeah,
remember.
for
I
sure.
think
Yeah,
he
P
did
always
some
used to be
shirts
on
with us
that.
too.
But just like everybody said that when somebody died.
Yeah.
Like
Seriously,
Pierre was the coolest cat. Like and Big P. You know what I mean? And you can imagine how cool he was to me because they probably like 10 years older than me. So and they have been dating, just to be honest with you. So this is my first cousin's husband, but they've been dating since they were like 15, 16 years old. So that means I was 5 or 6 when he came into the family. And so they like E and Didi in that they've been together like literally their whole lives. And so just super tough times, man. And, had a couple moments, man. And, got a chance to talk to my cousin and my little cousins. And, I can't wait just to get up to Michigan, man, and just go over there and show love and, do what I can to, help in the grieving process, man. But, we talked last week about health and how important it is. And, P was overweight, he was a big dude, and he had a heart attack last year. And, really, I think it shook him enough to where, he lost a bunch of weight. Last time I was up there, he was exercising, eating right, the whole 9. And unfortunately, had another heart attack, a day or two ago and didn't make it from this one. And so I was like, wow, we talked about on the podcast last week, just the importance of taking care of yourself, man, and going to the doctor and all of those things. And, you know, it's one of those things, and I don't know what it is about, you know, especially black men specifically. Now, I ain't get that because my dad always goes to the doctor, always has gone to the doctor. So I guess I didn't grow up with that fear. But like P was one of them dudes, like, I don't think he went to the doctor for like 20 years, just like scared to go, you know, type stuff until, you know, he had that unfortunate heart attack. And, you know, maybe you can speak to it, why especially African-American males have this antagonistic relationship with the doctor. I don't really know where that came from, but it is a huge thing in our community, and it's been so prevalent for so long. And I know we talked about it a little bit before, but how do we convince people that, yo, you gotta go to the doctor, you gotta go get that checkup, you gotta make sure you're taking care of your health?
Yeah, see, I think it's two things, man. You know, both are historical. I think one, you know, you would always hear, you know, people my grandma age or older, you know, who would just say like before, you know, like you were all right until you went to the hospital, you know, and then once you got to the hospital, it just seemed like, you know, something would always go wrong, you know, and you know the myth was, you know, people go to the hospital, you know, for one thing, Carl, like a little minor little cold or minor little infection, or whatever, and before you know it, you know, it's turned to something worse. So people had that fear that, you know, you go to the doctor, you know, with something minor is major. And then also, you know, like the Tuskegee experiment, you know, where, you know, people would go, especially people of color would go to the doctor, and in many cases they were doing literal experiments on people, not, you know, giving people syphilis and things of that nature.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And not telling, you know, people that they were, you know, in this experiment. And of course you can imagine the horrific, you know, conditions that cause you passing it on to family members or whatever. So for a long time, it's been, you know, this thought process or, you know, this belief, you know, that the doctors or the hospitals are not actually helping, you know, us when we go to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? And so even though I know things have changed, you know, for a lot of people, you know, those I don't want to use the word story because it's not a story. Those actual events that took place 30, 40 years ago, you know, has scared people, and people are like, yo, I don't want to go because, again, if I go, I'm going to come out worse than when I went. But I would just say, man, it's different times, man, and you know, I'm not making an excuse for what happened in the past. These things have been well documented, you know what I'm saying, and so I'm not making an excuse for it, but I am saying for real, these are different times, and as a result of it being different times, we have to do things differently. My mom used to say, you know, you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always gotten. So again, I do understand what happened in the past, but I go every year. Y'all know that. I go every year. I get a routine checkup. DDTs me now. Last time I was felt sick in Petersburg, well, no, that was Clearwater, Florida. I went, and come to find out, they was like, bro, you got a cold, go home. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, Didi was teasing me like, oh, you got a cold, you just, I'm like, hey, you win.
That's what I got insurance for.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you darn if you do, darn if you don't. So I'm like, I'm gonna err on the side of going to the doctor and getting that checkup. But yeah, man, I go regularly, and my wife and my mom are
Although
always
in 5 years, I got to get that real checkup. I can't say I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, baby, if you
I
give
can't
it to
say
me,
I'm looking forward to that one.
You know?
I think that might be the moment where I go into my older black man and just start skipping appointments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Carl?
I'm gone, Carl.
I heard at 40. Is it still 40? Actually, I'm going to have to go a little sooner.
Yep, I went.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I went,
Yeah,
bro.
I don't think I'm ready to sing soprano.
Oh, I went, bro. Baby, if you give it to me, I give it to you. You know what I want? You know, I got it here. Yeah, I did it, bro. I did it, bro. I gave it to him. I went, and it's an experience. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, but hey, at least I felt comfortable. You know that I didn't.
You felt comfortable?
I felt comfortable in the fact that I didn't have.
Comfortable in the fact.
Prostate, you know, and I felt good about that, and so. I felt good. I didn't feel good about.
I need you to not use the words. I felt good about that.
I'm just saying I didn't feel good about the procedure.
Comfortable.
I felt real good about the news.
Oh, there you go. That's a better description. No, I was just gonna say. See, I think, man, we talk about it in other circumstances all the time, but fear is crippling. Like for real, just the fear of. I think that's a large thing too. You have this fear of, if I don't know, it can't hurt me. Like that's kind of the perception that we have. and you got this fear of like, yo, when I do go, like E was saying, when I do go, I'm gonna find out something that's wrong. So I'm good just not going, not knowing, like it ain't hurting that bad, like I'm walking fine. So I think we get ourselves in this position where for real, you just have this fear, and dude, it just stops you from doing it. And I mean, this podcast is here literally to tell y'all, like, yeah, don't wait until it's too late, man. Like, this is like, it ain't no do-overs with this. Like, for real, for real. I don't care how scary it is, whatever. It's just best to get a checkup and know, because this the one thing we can all agree on: prevention is better than cure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So anything that we can catch early, like, you know, as simple as, hey, your arteries look a little, you know, clogged or something. Anything we can do to get it early, man,
How often,
it's
Carl,
just
do
a
you
lot
hear
better.
people
So I'm
going and
saying,
I got cancer, and I'm like, yo, let me pray for you.
Right.
What stage? They're like 4. And I'm like, whoa.
you at stage 4.
Yeah, I'm like,
and you just
whoa,
found out.
You know, so, yeah.
Yeah, they say, like, pay attention to your body, like, for real. Even if you take 10 minutes a day and pay attention to your body, like, what do you feel? I can tell y'all right now, eat that little thing we lifted over here the other day, my back hurt from that. But I'm saying, I know why that hurt. But pay attention to your body. Like, there's stuff that's happening in your body, and it ain't happening just to happen. Like, your body's designed I'm talking about an amazing way. Like, you got more nerve endings in your fingertips than, like, I'm talking about, like, it's probably grass outside. Like, you got a lot of stuff that going on in your body that you just need to be paying. I made that up, y'all. Don't quote me.
Okay.
Don't fact check me.
I don't know. I'm like,
ED was in overload. He didn't know how to handle that
I'm
info.
in overload.
He
I was
went with
counting
me.
the grass right now. I was looking at my front grass, my back grass. And I was like, that's
don't
a
fact
lot.
check that one, y'all.
Yeah, no, but you know, and like for real, man, you know, for me, and I've been preaching it just like for real. When I turned 30, you know, Trey was born, and I was like, all right, cool, I got to get this under control, because while you might not be huge at 30, you trending towards, by the time you hit 40, if you don't do nothing about it, you know, you're not going to fix it at 40, or you're not going to fix it at 50. So you need to fix it right now. And so I think that's one of the big things that I really want to, you know, talk about, or not even talk about, but just getting in that routine, getting regimented with, you know, diet and exercise. Of course, you guys know how big health and fitness is to us. We've had Sean on this podcast, you know, a bunch of times. You see E, what he's doing with the vegan thing, you know, Carl and I working out regularly, you know, trying to stay on top of it. And even then, nothing's guaranteed, right? We're not saying like, you know, we may get on this podcast, God forbid, one day and have, you know, something going wrong with us. Who knows? But I'm saying you can do as much as you can, I think, Carl, like you said, to prevent it. But E, you talked about, I don't want to spend, you know, the whole time talking about this, because we had another topic in mind, but I just wanted to make sure we said that and kind of got that out of the way, because it is so important, man. And I miss my family already. You know, I'm already hurting, and we're grieving, and, you know, that whole nine, and just would be remiss if, you know, we didn't talk about that. But E, you and I, just shifting focus, I guess, a bit.
Yeah, no, I think it's the same focus, though, see? You know what I'm saying? I think we can merge the two together, man. I really do.
Oh, well, go for it then, because I didn't know how to do it. So I was going to start a whole new, you know what I'm saying, Carl?
No.
The segue. I didn't have one, so.
Yeah, no, I think we can, because what I wanted to talk about was funny. Didi and I, we were talking about, you know, for real, man, we've had a lot of classmates from Oakwood specifically, man, dying, and, you know, just people we know in general. And some of it is, like you said, Carl, to some extent, you know, preventive. You know what I'm saying? Some of it is, you know, because there's some diseases that we can get on the front end. So a lot of diabetes, you know, we can get in front of that, you know, heart attacks, you know, stuff like that we can get in front of. And Didi was just saying, you know, she was using the word balance. And she was saying, she didn't even really say balance, Carl. Her focus was, it's so easy for people to be extremists, is what we were talking about. She's like, yo, it's so easy for people to be an extreme. So in health, you know, people who are super, and again, it's no disrespect to nobody. I'm not telling nobody how to live their life, but she was just saying it's so easy, like, to be on one side or the other. Either you are vegan, you don't eat nothing, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have no points of enjoyment, you know. And for real, I've seen some people, man, who have decided to do vegan, and I'm just gonna be honest. I'm like, yo, I don't want no part of weighing 95 pounds. Like, for real, I just don't, the sunken place and the sunken face. I'm just like, yo, I'm good on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm good on that. And then Didi was like, and then you got other people who just can't seem to, you know, the macaroni and cheese, the chicken, the collard greens, the candy, you know what I'm saying? The potato salad, like, every day, like they go to a rich soul food comfort, you know, spot and go 2-3 times. You know what I'm saying? A week, Carl. And so she was just like, yo, it's just so easy, it seems, to be an extremist. And it just seems that being balanced is the hardest thing. And so we were just, lying in the bed, looking some stuff up, and we were looking up in terms of exercises in that, what do they call it? Like a stability ball, Carl. And it was saying like to do and I thought this was crazy. And y'all gonna have to, help me, in your own personal life, give me some examples of what you're doing not to be an extremist. But it was saying, Carl, it's easy to do push-ups like just on a flat surface, like mad easy. But they were saying that all it takes to do that is a little strength. But the danger in that most of us, if we were to get a stability ball, we couldn't do it. And so with a stability ball, now you're talking about agility, right? Strength in a whole nother way. You're talking about balance. And it was saying that if you could do push-ups on a stability ball, that is going to work muscles that you laying on a flat surface is not going to work. It even talked about what it does for your nervous system, Carl, and immune system to be balanced. And we was just like, whoa.
Wow.
So again, just Didi and I were just talking about like, yo, it's so easy to be extremist. I'll start with an example, and that's why, like, for real, when people like, you a vegan, I'm like, yo, chill with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I already know how I am.
I might hit a steak tonight.
Yeah, I'm for real. And the reason why I say it, Carl, is because, like, I'm not thinking about a year or 2 years. I'm thinking about my life. And this is Eric. This ain't you, but I'm just saying, whenever I go, Carl, I ain't never eating fried chicken again. It almost become my focus now. And it's like I start, I can't explain it, but I start missing it. I start craving it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like taking over. Like, okay, I ain't gonna eat no chicken every time I go past somewhere. So what I say now is like, yo, I'm gonna make a vegan, like a vegan lifestyle. But I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm never gonna have a piece of chicken again. I'm never gonna eat.
Veganish.
Yeah, for real. I'm just being real.
Veganish.
What you see, Carl, is you'll see people who go there and crash and burn, bruh. And you'll see them, you'll see people go on these diets for a year or so. And you'll see people get like the lipo or whatever kind of, surgery, and they'll go on this like binge. But as soon, give it a year or two and they back big again. And it's like, yo, that's an extreme, you being an extremist. And I just don't know how long one can hold up that extreme thing, Carl, without, you know what I'm saying? Without it catching up to him. So I'm just gonna be real. Have I had a piece of fried chicken? No. But I promise you, on the right hookup, you know what I'm saying? On the right chance, I'm gonna grab something. So
you should have took the chance when you had it with that white barbecue sauce.
Didi was like no, because Didi was like no. But I promise you, Carl, I'm not gonna be the guy at Thanksgiving, who can't enjoy.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be that person, bro. And I've seen people do it. You know what I'm saying? And power to you if you could do it for 40, 50 years. But when Didi said that, I was just thinking about people who I know with diabetes and they couldn't leave the cake and the ice cream and the Coca-Cola and the pop. And
we was together this weekend and I saw you looking at that cupcake strong.
Ooh. Hey, Carl.
He must have ran by the dessert table like 42 times just looking at it and then asked everybody who ate one, how was it?
And they said, Carl, it ain't worth eating it. I was like, all right,
no, were they just looking out for you, E, or were they just being
No, they weren't. No.
Hey, he had multiple surveys going.
Tay had
multiple data entry points.
Once Tay told me no, Carl, I was like, Tay ain't playing with her. Yeah, she keeping it 100. Yeah, Tay ain't playing with. And Steven was like, nah, E, it don't taste like red velvet. It ain't got that.
Hey, what about Ken now? Because Ken was there.
I didn't see Ken on the desserts. He must have been trying to put on. He was an extremist. He was putting on. Yeah, because I didn't see him hit it.
So wait, I'm teasing, but I want you to can you summarize that for us? Because I want to make sure people understand what you're saying. Because most of the time when we think about discipline, E, you think about exactly that. Discipline is kind of extreme. I'm gonna go to the gym 5 days a week. I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna eat that. And I think we're used to thinking that's a good thing, but now you're telling us that can be a hindrance.
Yeah,
so break it down so that people understand what you're talking about.
I'm saying, Carl, we gotta be careful when we define stuff. People have made discipline an extreme. You know what I'm saying? People have made it into an extreme. It's not an extreme. What discipline actually is knowing how often to work out and how often to rest. That's discipline. Discipline is knowing you can't work out 7 days a week. That's not discipline. That's an extremist. And you're not giving your body the rest that it needs to heal the muscles to get back, to that place of strength. You feel me? It's like, it reminds me, see, when you used to tease back in the day, and like, you got people like, who do all this lifting weights and they do steroids and all of that. And like, you used to say like, yo, my man hollow. So on the outside, it appears that he has strength, but he's not strong. All he's doing is lifting weights and taking substances that are putting water or whatever, in his muscles, Carl, and giving it that look. But if you look at the dude who is
them
balanced,
used to be the dudes on the football field getting thrown around.
Thrown around, bro. I'm talking about big, see? But then you look at
and they're huge and weigh 175 pounds.
Yeah. But if you
It's
look
all
at
hollow,
those people
Carl. Ain't
who-
nothing in that. I used to eat
It's
little
not.
cats like that for lunch.
It's hollow. But I'm saying, if you got a dude who doing pull-ups, chin-ups, push-ups, sit-ups, you know what I'm saying, using the one of those, what do you call those, resistant bands, eating properly, getting the right rest, doing cardio, just balance, not just weights. But they got the cardio, the resistance, the rest, the eating properly. You just notice that those individuals from head to toe, not just their chest is blew out, but then, the bottom half, they looking crazy. It's that balance. The person is doing the squat.
Orange on a toothpick.
For real, bro. And
what's
so,
my man?
yeah. So
Johnny
when I think
Bravo.
of discipline,
Y'all remember that, Johnny Bravo?
Oh, Johnny Bravo, no questions asked. Yeah, he had the form of it, Carl. He had the form of godliness, but denied the power thereof. So I think real discipline, is you're disciplined in your diet, you're disciplined in resistance, you're disciplined in cardio, you're disciplined in rest, relaxation, when to push the reset button, when to vacation. So I want to redefine discipline, man, and as balance, as doing all the stuff. So let me give you another quick example. You guys can jump in, but parents, do me a huge favor.
I wanted to make sure. Okay, no, I ask it after you finish.
No, go for it. Go for it, see?
Well, no, I don't want any negative feedback about me interrupting.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to turn a new leaf for the haters.
Yeah, I know, right. I was gonna say, Carl, to like, for instance, for parents, you got parents who like, put them video games up. Don't play video games. Don't do this. Don't listen to music. Don't listen to that. And it's like, okay, you gotta be careful, because once you tell your kids, no video games. Don't listen to that music. Like, for real, they craving video games.
That's the thing they want.
That's what they want, because it's like you made it into a god, and it's just like they can't touch it. What I would say is, and it's a lot of adults have a problem with, for real, balance and discipline. I would say, and we have video games in the house, but I would just let Jalen and them know, like, yo, you gotta tell me which games you playing, and we gotta put a time limit on it. Like, you can't play a video game to the extent that you're not getting your schoolwork done, that you up to 2 o'clock in the morning, you're not getting no rest and getting ready for school. So to play a couple games, for whatever, an hour, we good with that. But to coming in, and as soon as you drop your book bag, Carl, you take your shoes off, you in your room playing a video game to 4 o'clock, and I got to tell you at 12, because I hear Stern going around, you and your homies on line playing together, and you've been in the room 5-6 hours. I try to teach my kids, like, yo, it's not a guy.
He paranoid too. He thinking somebody shooting up the house.
Oh, come on. It's been a couple cases. Don't play, see.
Hey, y'all know E is paranoid.
See, you playing
E alarm
games,
system is like, I promise you, E alarm system sweeter than the White House.
The wind blow, that sucker going on.
You come up on E porch, you can get shot. I'm talking about they got automatic guns at the door.
See, you playing.
Bro, they got a trip wire. It's all kind of stuff. I'd be scared to go to your front door.
Yeah, see, playing, but I'm telling you, remember, Carl, I don't know the name of it, Carl.
Oh, no, I'm not playing.
Yeah, oh, okay. But when that game first came out, what's it called? It's not Mortal Kombat. Okay, yeah, Halo. I think it was Halo. But what happened, Carl, was you could play with your homie.
Yep.
And your homie would be online, and you and your homie talking to each other. Yep. And I promise you, I heard somebody at 12 o'clock midnight on the weekend up in Jalen's bedroom, and I swear, I thought Jalen, it was about two dudes talking. and Jay was talking in distress. I guess he was losing, and I didn't know he was losing, but he was in distress. And I heard my man in my sleep, and I ran upstairs.
So Easter Army crawling out the bed.
Call
Get
Bull.
down! Get
Bull.
to the chopper!
Jalen will tell you. I ain't say nothing because I thought somebody was taking him hostage in the room. Bruh, I kicked the door in on my man.
I swear I remember that.
Bruh, somebody was about to get to business. And Jalen was sitting there playing the game with his T-shirt and drawers on. With his homies. Jalen like, what's up, Dad? I'm like, bruh, I thought somebody was in.
I remember.
Yeah,
I swear I remember that.
No questions. Yeah, balance, parents.
Wow.
Balance.
Yep. So if you think about running up on ET crib, you might as well forget it. Cause I'm talking about they got that sucker on, and they ain't even home. I'm like, y'all got that. There's cameras everywhere. They could unlock everything from a touch of a button. I'm like, y'all next level.
Drake said, run up over there. We gonna see.
Run up here. No doubt. So let me take you back real quick and get back on track because y'all play too much on this podcast.
Here we go.
You know what I'm saying? You're out of control. So back to what you're saying. So when I look at Eric Thomas, one of the things that have made you so successful is your extreme nature. You wake up at 3 o'clock, you walk and talk and pray with God every single day, come hell or high water. We off in Australia, it's annoying, we share in the same room. I'm like, bro, it's 3 o'clock Australia time, bro. It's like 8 p.m. at the crib. Sit your butt down somewhere.
Right, I know that's right.
And so extremism, in certain cases, in your case, has led to you being very disciplined and led to your greatness. So I'm trying to figure out, for those people who are extreme, now you're kind of saying that you got to be able to back off of that.
Absolutely.
So I just want to make sure people don't feel like you're being hypocritical.
Yeah, no. So what I'm saying is, and you know, you guys may have some examples, but I remember when it was like, yo, for real, I don't care. I'm going to bed at 9:30, 10, you know, and then my kids got older, you know, and it was like, Dad, you going to bed? We about to play Uno. And I was like, you know what, E, you can't keep doing this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to have your family forever. And maybe you will, who knows? You know what I'm saying? You might live to be old and they live to be old and your grandkids and great-grandkids, you know, who knows? But I remember getting to a point, see, where it was like, yo, E, that's being an extremist. Like, you need to be balanced. If your family wants to play cards, watch a movie, you can't go to bed every night at 9:30, 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point of having a family if you're not gonna spend time with them? You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, you know what, E? Try to get up at 3 o'clock. If we go to bed at midnight, try your hardest to still get up at 3. And I'll be honest with you guys, when you create a habit of getting up at 3, sometimes, you know, you can still make it happen. Other times I might not get up to 4:15, you know, 5 o'clock. And I wouldn't beat myself up, see. I would say to myself, yo, this is time to be with your family. So we in Cali, you know what I'm saying? And there might have been times where Didi was like, yo, like, I feel you on the 3, boy, but can you just stay in the bed and hold me? And I'm just like, yo, how many dudes' wives want them to still hold them? It ain't everybody, see. Like, it might be 50-50, I don't know. But I guarantee you, everybody's wife still don't want them to hold them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you got to get up at 3, hurry up and get up and go. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, it's a balance, man. It's like, yo, sometimes it's like stay in the bed and hold your wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, God know your heart. God know as soon as you get up, you about to go make this thing happen. You know what I'm saying? But we in Cali right now. And she was like, yo, I finally want to go to the movies and see Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? So she like, yo, can we do a 8 o'clock showing, which is really 11 o'clock back at the crib. And I heard it's like a marathon. You know what I'm saying? So we plan on going to the movies tonight, you know, and it's just like, E, kill that 9:30, 10 foolishness. Kill it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by, yes, you get up at 3 o'clock. Yes, you eat right. Yes, you work out. You do all of that. But when you got married to be married or had kids and they got a basketball game or they got a football game and they need their daddy to be there, yo, bro, you got to know when to say, my routine take a back seat to my babies. You know what I'm saying? Just take a back seat, bro. And I promise you, if you leave your work or you leave the gym to go take your babies to their basketball game or go to their awards banquet or just go up to the school to spend time with them, I promise you the gym gonna be there. And if you are consistent, one day missing the gym ain't about to tear up your six-pack, bro. Now, 10 days might, you know what I'm saying? If you're working out like I'm working out, maybe it will. But if you're working out on a consistent basis.
How many days to kill your six-pack?
About a day and a half of rest. About a day and a half. Yeah, kill it. Kill it.
A day and a half.
Yeah, a day and a half.
Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying. I got you. Carl,
yeah, no, I was gonna say it's yeah. I heard an article. I saw this video with Kobe Bryant. I remember where it was. Y'all know I'm a Kobe fan still, but he was talking about just like the amount of time you practice. So he was saying like the average cat, you wake up 10. You know what I'm saying? You go put an hour or two in the gym, and you think you're doing something deep, but going back and doing another hour or two, 6 to 8 o'clock or something like that. So he was saying, you know, the average cat is putting in the 2 a days and you feel like you're doing it deep, but he was just like, yo, I'm not trying to be funny and eat this the piece with the balance. Now, you could weight things, you know what I'm saying? Like we talk about balance. You could put a 51% here and a 49% there, but it's still balanced, if you get what I'm saying. Yeah. So Kobe was saying like, yo, you might want to call it extreme, but what I would do is I'd get up at 4 in the morning or whatever time and do an hour and a half, 2 hours Then he said, I'll chill, I'll do whatever, eat whatever else I got to do. And then maybe about 10, 11, I get another one in. And then maybe about like 4, I get another one in. And then maybe about like at 8, I get another one in. So he was just like, yo, for your 2 every day, I got 4 every day. And it wasn't like my day was like over the top, like I'm dead. Like I still balanced my day out. Like it wasn't like I was in the gym for 12 hours straight. Like I got 4 workouts in or 4 whatever he did. You know, I don't know what he was doing in there, but he got 4 different sessions in for every 2. See, so I'm just saying the balance doesn't necessarily mean that you're not putting into work. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? It's not that you like, I'm not putting into work. No, you could put the work in and still be, you know what I'm saying, and still get work in other areas too. So it's just a matter of weighting it in that season. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're trying out for the league, obviously you want to put a lot of effort into that. But if you know what I'm saying, you just got married, then that might not be the time to be putting four workouts in every day. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's weighted, but in that season too.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. And this is, I've never actually heard you talk about this concept before, so I'm not sure where it came from, but what's the origin? Why are you on this now? Because we've always, I think, you know what I'm saying, Carl, and I could be off, and I'm not trying to press you or play devil's advocate. I guess I am a little bit, but I'm saying like this is like, it almost seems counterintuitive to what you teach. You know what I'm saying? So did somebody go too far with it and piss you off, or what happened?
Yeah, no, you know what? I just think, Carl, it's one of those things, man, where you say something and people take it the wrong way. You know, because people will be on me like, eat, don't sleep. Bro, I never said that, but I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Like when I first
that's
heard
the funniest
this,
thing right there. That's
that just be my thing. Like I do go to sleep. I probably sleep more, not longer, but more. You know, in terms of consistently going to bed at a certain time, waking up every day. I put my body in a routine, so it's easier for my body to adjust. And then I just don't need that. You know, maybe 8 hours like the next man needs it. But it's funny, Carl. You know, this came from my mom. And your mom too, probably. You know, when I say it, you're gonna be like, yep, my mom did say that. But I really, you know how some things your parents say and they stick with you? Well, my mom was very vocal. So it wasn't that my father who raised me, like, he didn't say nothing, but my mom was very vocal. And I remember my mom saying to me, like, don't overdo your welcome. Like, don't overdo your stay. Yeah. And I was one of those kids, man, let me tell you something. My boy, I had a couple guys on the block that was like family. Like, cause I grew up like in that old school, like village type hookup. And so we would go to each other's house and like for real, maybe we were too young and we didn't know, but I would go over their house like after school. So if their parents was cooking, they gonna cook for them and me. They make them a sandwich, they make me a sandwich. So I was going over my boy Lonzo's house like every day. My boy Sid crib, I was over there. And my mom was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm over Sid house, I'm over Lonzo's house. Like, what's the problem? Your parents seem to love me. You know what I'm saying? The parents seem to love me, see? They seem to want me over this joint every day. They ain't said nothing. You know what I'm saying? And my mother was just like, yo, you can't, like, you gotta grow up, son. Like, you gotta grow up and you gotta understand that when something is good, you can't abuse it. And that's what you're doing. Like, you abusing it. You over their house every day. You eating their groceries. Like, you don't understand that people work and people buy groceries and people don't have like groceries endless. Like this ain't no buffet, you know, and you over there when they could be spending family time together, you know, just period. Like they're coming home after work. Last thing they want is multiple kids. And just because Lon said it was okay for you to come over, he a kid just like you a kid. And my mom used to get,
Right.
but I didn't know. See, I was just so fired up, bro. And so I just want to make sure the teenagers get what I'm saying. It's like, I'm not telling you don't play video games. I'm not telling you don't play basketball. But now you at the point where you carry the basketball with you to bed, you waking up, you're like, you told me to carry, yeah, but I didn't tell you don't do your homework. You ain't even doing your homework no more. Like all you doing is basketball, 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 basketball. You're not putting that same energy into nothing else. And if you happen not to make it to college, well, if you go to college, you have to go to class. So you probably want to be
That's
balanced.
debatable. That's
Well,
debatable.
I'm just saying,
Depending on
unless
what
you're one
school
and
you go
done,
to.
see, if you ain't one and done, you're going to have to go for 4 semesters. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just saying, like, for real, don't put yourself in a situation where this is what I used to tell my kids. At first, you control it. But when you don't have balance, at some point, it controls you. And you lose control. And so there are people who drink. Bro, I'm not telling you not to have a glass of wine or whatever you do, but some of y'all,
Thank God.
I'm just saying, for some of you, I've never done it because I felt like I was an extremist, and I never felt like I could do it without going overboard. So that's why I just decided like I'm not gonna do it. But for some of you, it's for real. Like everything you do, you go to the movies. Now you just movied out. You just don't have you got cable and you got HBO and Showtime and Star. All you do is watch movies. Like you don't do anything else productive. There are those of you who, like I said, you play intramural sports and you gone from the house on the reg playing sports. You playing tennis,
What if
golf.
I'm still trying to make it to the league?
Yeah. So I'm just saying, put an expiration date on it. If I don't make it to the league by 42, you feel me?
What
I
if
don't
I'm
make it
out
to the
there
league
with
by
my knee
42?
pads and I'm still thinking I got an outside shot at the G League?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, by 42, give it up. By 42,
all
go ahead and give it up.
motivational stuff I heard, they say the only way you lose is when you quit. You gotta keep going.
Right.
Hey, you quit going.
Right.
Hey, Carl, you quit going to the league. Don't take you no more. Jordan's retired at 40, so stop. You feel what I'm saying? Kobe 40, so stop. You know what I'm saying? When you get 40.
Hey, why y'all playing?
Quit.
Did y'all see my man who made the league
Absolutely.
last night?
Yep, for 4 games. Yep, the last 4 games.
What is he was 30-something, right? 36.
No, but did you see what he did last night?
19 points. He murdered.
Oh, he was balling.
He was balling.
Yeah.
Come on, E.
36,
Now you telling us to give up our dreams. Look, my man done made it to the league.
36.
Yeah, him and his wife. Hey.
Oh, my man salt and pepper hair. I'm like, unbelievable. My man was out there looking like Uncle Drew.
Absolutely. Hey, but let me ask you this question. It was him. How many more? And mad shout out to my man, but how many more were there? He's an anomaly.
Him and Ginobili.
Yeah. So,
Oh no, Vince
so
Carter's
give it
still
up.
out there. We still got Vince.
Oh,
they
Vince
still-
Carter.
hey,
Come on,
but
E.
Carter started
You telling
in
me
the
I gotta
beginning.
hang it up?
Carl.
Me and Vince
started
graduated at the same time.
Vince was balling at the same. Vince came out balling.
You and
been
Vince
balling.
went to high school together.
Absolutely, and Vince was balling.
Vince went to Henry Ford before you dropped out.
Hey, all day. But he was balling at Henry Ford, balling at North Carolina, balling in Toronto. Yeah, you ain't ball yet. You need to go ahead and give it up. You do.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, but
But
make
what if
sure
I'm
you-
at the intramural league and I'm putting up 30?
Yeah, and missing all your kids' homework, missing all your sons'
I thought this was gonna be a
games.
serious podcast.
Yeah, no, it is. It's good. See, right? But I will say this. Don't miss this part.
Get it back on track, E.
Yeah,
Come
no,
on, get
don't
it
miss
back
this
on
part.
track.
You know something's wrong, Carl, when you lose control. And that's what I'm trying to say. You playing video games, you lose control. You just hour after hour. You watching movies, and it's a back
So
to
your
back to
desire
back.
to seek control actually turn you to a place where you out of control.
Yeah, you out of control, bro. That's all I'm saying. See, when you get to the place where it's no longer a balance, come on, man, bring it back, man. Bring it back. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Bring it back. And that's what my thing is. Hey, get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. But I'm not getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning because I got so much going on in my life. I need to be able to get up and get a sense of balance. I need to get my mind right. I need to bring my actual physical body through walking and running at a place of preparation. Like, yo, E, you got a lot going on in your life. You know, you need your health strong. You need to be at a great place mentally. You know, I don't listen to a lot of music. You know, I don't watch a lot of TV. There ain't nothing wrong with TV. I probably get about a good hour in a day. I do, between the news and a little sports center, you know, and a little Telemundo. I get a little bit in, but it's about an hour, you know, and after that, it's like, nope, okay, do this, okay, do that, and just strike a balance. Like I did homework today. Didi and I went out to eat today, walked around. We're doing the podcast today. I had a speech today. Me and T. Walt spent some time together today. I was with Kendall.
How was the speech today?
Huh?
We didn't get a chance to talk about it. How was the speech?
Oh man, fire! Shout out to my boy Matt Ishbia. I got a chance to hang out with Matt from Michigan State. He runs, United Shores, and I was here doing some work for one of his companies, and just had a phenomenal time. But like I said, I got so much done today, man. I had another meeting about school days, and so that's what I mean, just balance. And I let school days know, let's get on for 30 and let's get off. Of course, Carl, you know how it is, Carl. You ain't careful, man. You could be on the phone 2 hours for a meeting.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, y'all, let's be balanced. We don't need to be on the phone for 2 hours. Let's email each other. Let's get all our notes together, get everything together. And then when we get on, let's get off. So again, I'm not the neighborhood Scrooge. I'm not saying don't have fun, but I just seen too many people in relationships, and they just they can't even go to work no more. They done found the love of their life. They can't go to work. All they want to do is watch TV, be booed up, go out to eat, have fun. Yo, we all want to be in healthy relationships, bruh. We all want to have, that social life. But my wife was talking to my son today, and he was just like, Ma, how'd you do it? Like, Ma, you just seem to, like, you ain't got no bills. You did good in school. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't the party animal, but you just seem like your life has been so balanced. What did you do? And my wife was like, yo, it was a fine balance between hard work in school, working hard, and then playing. And she was like, you know me, I have fun. We go to the cruise. She like, I'm a act up. People don't know Didi is an act up, but when you get with D and it's time to have fun,
no doubt.
Bro,
D.
she ready to go in, bro. She is hilarious. You wouldn't know how funny she is. She a jokester. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna take about 7 years to crack that code.
Right, but
once you crack the code.
She want to make sure it's balanced when you crack that code.
Oh, D be texting me on the reg with stupid stuff. I'm like, D, you silly.
But people wouldn't know that she's silly like that, but she told Jalen, she was just like, yo, I'm trying to warn you. I think as a mother, you play hard and you don't work as hard as you play. And just balance it out. If you're gonna go hard in the paint with play, go hard in the paint with work. So that's just my thing, guys, as I think about loved ones that I lost to diabetes. Bro, ain't nothing wrong with a little, fried food here and there, and see her tell you.
Right.
Man, I'm gonna tell y'all, man, y'all got me twisted, bro. I love Cheeto Puffs. I love Snickers. I love ice cream. I love cake. I love dessert.
I remember E used to be famous for sneaking that Snickers on the belt at the grocery store.
Man, bro, I ain't had a Snicker bar in a year. Don't think y'all it's not because I don't like them. I do. And what I do now, if I eat a dessert now, I'll eat a dessert that's cool, but that's not addictive to me, if that makes sense, Carl.
Yep.
I'll eat something that I know. You know what I'm saying? Like if I eat it once, I'm not gonna be waking up in the morning fiending for it.
The Grand Lux butter cake is
watch yourself. Watch yourself.
I got the call. It's my job to keep everybody honest on the podcast now.
But hey, here's the cool
and
thing.
And that butter cake, it seems like an addiction when I see you indeed with it.
Hey, here's the
Your
deal,
eyes get all big, you get to sweating.
Absolutely. But you gotta admit, they only have 4 Grand Luxes in the world, and there ain't none near Michigan. You feel me?
Oh, but y'all don't be in. Y'all not in Michigan. Huh? Somehow we always got conferences near one.
No. It's they only got them in Vegas, I think. Chi-Town, which we ain't been to Chi-Town in forever.
Grand Lux?
Got them in
no,
Dallas.
You tripping, bro.
It's only 4 states. It's only 4 states.
4 states, but not 4 locations.
Yeah, no. 4 states. Texas, Illinois, and it's only like one one or two, I think downtown Chicago. I don't think there's a whole bunch of them.
Well, we've been to them all multiple times. I'm talking about I've been to Grand Lux about 400 times with you every time. I've never been by
Hey,
myself.
for the record, I was
and I don't
introduced
eat
to the
I don't
butter
eat it
cake
every
by
time.
E&D,
That's
just
my
for the
wife.
record.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
Yeah, that's
straight.
my wife. Yeah,
Yeah, no, that ain't my vice.
cake.
I'm good on them sweets. That's my wife with them sweets. I don't have no problem with sweets. I could turn the sweet down in a minute. Now, an extra porterhouse steak. Oh my, that's like my butter
Not
cake.
to be funny, see, that's a very good thing that you just said, like a very good point you just said. Like, again, y'all listening to us talk, but you got to know what this means for your life. I remember hearing, I think it was a BU call a while back, the guest that we had, I forgot his name, but he said he needs like 2 hours a day to himself. I'm like, yo, I don't need 2 hours a day, at least not for real. Like, he was just saying, I need 2 hours a day.
What does that mean to
He
yourself?
just said, like, family, he did it at night. He's like, family got to go to bed, whatever, and he need 2 hours for himself. And I'm like, yo, I found that strange.
Oh yeah, no, he must not be
That's what I
married.
said. I found that strange, but I'm like, yo, you got to know what works for you. Like, I don't need that. You know what I'm saying?
What balance means
Yeah,
for
you got to figure that out, what that means for you. You might not have to get up at 3. You might have to get up at 1, doggone it. You got more going on. You know what I'm saying? But you got to figure out what this means for you in terms of your health, in terms of your family, in terms of your job. You got to figure it out. It's what it means to you. It's not what E's saying. It's not what C's saying. Like, what is important in your life? And you know what I'm saying? Well, health is important to all of us. That's kind of the root of what we're talking about.
No questions
But
asked.
beyond that, what else is important? And then what energy are you going to put to that? That's what it boils down to. But you got to do it for you. You can't do it for me. You can't do it for, you know what I'm saying? Don't listen to what we're saying. And
Oh, that would be so sweet if somebody could work out for you.
Man.
Man.
Oh, bro. I pay premium, see? I pay premium.
I'll pick up an extra shift, y'all.
Oh,
Yeah, that's fine.
I pay premium, bro. I pray. But I do want to say this, though, Carl, so that people can say, well, how do I know, what's balanced for me? And I always say, if you losing,
Right.
if you losing, that's
sure
probably
measure.
a way to know that you're not balanced. If you losing, if I'm spiritual as all get out, I'm praying for folk and they heal. You know what I'm saying? I'm preaching the best sermons in the world, but my wife is like, yo, I'm not getting no quality time. Then the getting up at 3 and going to bed at 9:30, it ain't working. You know what I'm saying? It ain't working, boss. It ain't working. You know what I'm saying? If I'm praying and me and Didi are having a phenomenal time together, but I'm overweight and the doctors are saying, you keep this going, you got another 6 months to a year to live, then I need to drop some exercise in there somewhere. I'm losing, bro. I'm losing. And if I'm doing podcasts and schools and traveling everywhere and I ain't making no money from speaking, I'm losing. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you, what area of your life right now do you feel like you're losing?
Man, can I be honest with you?
Please.
None of the ones that are necessary. You know what I'm saying? None of the necessities do I feel like I'm losing. That if it's anything, I was talking to my Spanish instructor today and was like, yo, bro, I don't feel like I'm accelerating. Like, I don't feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. And I've done everything that I was told to do, but I don't know if you've ever been to a place where like you do what you know is right and you're doing it, but you're going through the motions, like not in a bad way. I'm doing what I'm told. Like I'm finishing my work every day. But I was like, yo, my level of concentration, bruh, ain't where it needs to be because there are things that I see that I can't recall. And that just means that I'm not concentrating. So my thing was, like, I just need you to spit something at me and I need to be able to write it back to you and tell you exactly what you're saying to me. Like, not, E.T., go do your homework and tell me what you did. No, I need you to talk and then I need to write down every single word you said, give you the definition for every word you said and be able to say it back. But in my personal life, I'm not gonna lie. Working out, I'm doing at least 15 to 20,000 steps, you know what I'm saying, a day. Didi, I got a video I'm gonna put out with us in the car, listening to some old music, doing our thing. The marriage, man, I mean, you can always make improvements, but this assessment I took, me and Didi took it together, and working with Chris is taking the marriage to a whole nother level. My speech, I just left, everybody was like, yo, bro, amazing, I've heard you online. So I'm just gonna be real. In terms of the things that are necessary, I put a lot of work into the balance, you know, with my kids. Bro, I didn't even know this, see. Jada called Maya the other day, and they had a long talk. And Maya was like, yo, Jada, hey, you got a chance to do something big. I love your idea. I need you to do this homework for me. Jalen is with my boy Curtis Blackwell working on his summer camp. We talking and, you know, working on every day. So I'm just gonna be real, man. Him and his girl just left my mom's crib. You know what I'm saying? Like meeting my mom and my dad and my siblings. You know, so I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm operating. I say this all by the grace of God. You know, anything could happen, but my church, I've really watched. Listen, I got this assessment done, and I've really saw. Okay, you need to pull back here. All right, this way you need to push. Stuff happening at the church. See, that didn't happen for a year, bro. Almost a year. It's movement going that has never happened before. So. Yeah, man, I really do feel like.
I just wanted to let it be known. I asked E where his biggest weakness is. He told me all his tricks.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm being real. I don't. And y'all know me.
Honesty,
I'm
see.
definitely
Trust me, you know.
I'm just being real. I didn't want to sit here and lie.
Right now.
Yeah, I didn't want to lie and just make up something. You know what I'm saying? You know, a dude would be like, well, you know, you go to a job interview. What's your weakness? Well, my greatest weakness.
I just work too hard.
That's my greatest weakness. That's really my greatest weakness.
I care too much.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to let
That's
my
always
ego.
a great answer, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't want to lie. You know what I'm
Carl,
saying?
same question. Where you losing?
All day right now, I'm going to just say, and I want to use the word losing because I don't consider it losing. I want to do better in my spirituality for sure. And I'm just being real with y'all. I'm doing a couple of push-ups and sit-ups and stuff here, but this Michigan weather is killing your boy. I
don't think you losing in that area.
I can't.
That's something you want to do.
Oh, no doubt. But that's what I'm saying. I ain't know if I'm
You know what I'm
losing.
saying, Carl? It's like learning a second language for me. It's not necessary.
Right.
I don't know if it's necessary for you to do that with your abs right now.
Yeah, no, the weather,
Not
though,
Michigan
man.
in
I'm
the
just
winter.
saying, yeah, this weather, like, for real, you got to be, like, real intentional. And see, I'm being intentional
bro,
about keeping my family up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm putting a whole lot of energy in, like, my kids, everybody, like, my wife read a story to the kids last night. And the story was talking about, you know, is your love cup full? I was like, what? Your love cup? But my kids adopted it, bro. They woke up this morning like, yo, daddy, my love cup is full. And I'm just my energy right now is about keeping everybody in this house, like the house operating at that level.
That's good.
So I'll be honest, like I took a step back, like at night, like I said, I'll do a couple push-ups, pull-ups, but I ain't on no like running. I ain't on none of the stuff which I'll normally do as soon as it gets warm again. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely
good.
Huh?
You good.
So you like a brown bear
Bro, no
in
doubt.
hibernation.
I'm in hibernation now. Energy shifted.
Soon as the spring hit,
I'm
Carl
out.
back out on
I'm
the prowl.
out. Yep.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm the host of the show, so I don't really feel like talking about
I was
my
gonna
weakness.
say, you ain't getting off. No, you ain't getting
No,
off
you know
that
what?
easy.
No, I'm this in all seriousness, and I actually, been trying to work on it. I don't know, man. Like lately, I've been trying to pray like first thing in the morning, and for whatever reason, I can't stay on task. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll start praying, and then
your
my mind just start
go.
wandering, and I'm like, so yeah, so no, and it was crazy because I had some days where I was just waking up early, like you know what I mean, like early, like 4 o'clock. And I couldn't go back to sleep. So I'm like, all right, God, you want me to pray? You know what I'm saying? I'm not really sure exactly what's going on. And like the other day, I even tried to go downstairs and I'm like, okay, cool. And it's like, I'm not even tired. It's not like I'm falling back asleep, but I can't stay in that zone. And, so I think for me, definitely always with the spirituality piece. And I think, E heightens your awareness that you ain't spiritual at a whole nother level. Because if I was comparing myself to my homies, I'm like Gandhi. You know what I'm saying? But like when you compare yourself to E, it's like you feel like a heathen. You know what I'm saying? And so, and not compare, but you know what I mean. So I've been trying to get stronger with, my prayer life. Because I find myself waking up in the morning, I'm like, all right, God, thank you. I'm so grateful. I do my gratitude stuff and all of that. And then it's like I go into prayer. I got like 2 minutes and I'm like, all right, I'm done. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I ain't really felt like, convicted to read the word or, you know what I'm saying? Like I probably should. I don't know, man. So I'm working on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm praying about my prayer. So I'm like, all right,
I
God.
love it. I love it.
I'm praying
I never
about
heard
the
that
prayer.
before.
So yeah, I'm praying about it.
Prayer
Yeah,
for the prayer.
If you feel me, I got to do it. So yeah, no, I'd say that's the biggest area. I feel like he said, man, I feel, always can improve as a husband, right? Like that just, you know what I mean? Just go ahead and count that in my checklist of working on at all times. And so, but no, I feel like I'm handling my business as a father and, as a, entrepreneur, I feel like we're doing a good job there. So yeah, man, I would say, spiritual development and, making sure I'm, keep an even cool head. I had this morning, I thought they was about to call the law on me. Trey had a little incident at school when I don't know, something was wrong. All of a sudden, he just like talking about in the car, he was like, I don't want to wear this jacket, Daddy. I'm like, well, we're in the car. I'm not going back home to get a new jacket. He's like, this jacket's not cool. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, you're going to wear it because we here. And then I'm like, okay, it's polo. So what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not old enough to know this is a decent coat, son. And so we get to the school, right? And he like, I don't want to wear my coat. So I'm like, all right, you can carry it, but y'all going to go outside for playtime. So you can carry the coat just so you got one. So we get to Avery's class and drop Avery off. And so people are speaking to Trey, but he mad now because his coat, he don't have the coat he wants. So he just called himself not saying nothing. So they saying good morning, he not answering. And you know that's the quickest way to fire me up. I'm like, oh, okay, no. So somebody was like, hey, good morning, Trey, how are you? And he just looked at him. And I looked at him and I was like, and he gave him like a half little good morning. And then we came into Avery's class. His teacher was like, hey, Trey, how are you? And he didn't say anything. And I said, Trey, wash your hands, because they got to wash their hands when they come in. So I'm like, I was running late. I'm like, kill two birds with one stone. You wash your hands in Avery's class. We can go next door. So I was like, wash your hands. He said, I don't want to wash them in Avery's class. I was like, Avery, have a good day, dear. And I grabbed him up, boy. We went to that bathroom. And I didn't spank his butt, but I'm talking about I grabbed him up and let him know something. And I came outside the classroom and one of the teachers was just nosy, stepped all the way out the classroom looking in, like trying to see. And I'm like, lady, chill. I'm like, man, I got this. So anyway, I caught myself by the grace of God. And shout out to the people who come up to me at the conference telling me not to spank my child. I appreciate
You feel me?
all the feedback
I know
from
that's
that.
right. No, because you can get in trouble for that for real. You spank him at the school, you can get
I'm
in
saying
trouble for
I got my son though. You know what I'm saying? Like I know how my dad got me, and he got me all the way right. And me and my dad got the best relationship in the world. And let me tell you something. It was a time and place, but you will get touched. There's no question about it. And so I respect your timeout philosophy. I'm gonna need you to respect my. I'm gonna get that butt if need
philosophy.
be. So. Yeah, the other philosophy, you know what I'm saying? I say that, and of course you got extreme people out there in listener land who gonna take, oh, he beats his child, sit down somewhere. Don't nobody love my child more than I do, and don't nobody want the best for him more than I do, but I do have a way of, now Avery on the other hand, I have not solved that equation. I have not solved that equation for Sweet Pea.
Sweet Pea. You know what I'm saying?
Sweet Pea, oh no, Sweet Pea definitely ain't getting no whoopers. Sweet Pea, I can't, bro. I'm so soft when it comes. That's a whole nother podcast, bro. But anyway, real quick.
Hey, let me jump our sponsor before you go there. See.
Yeah, please.
Hey, we're talking a lot about health, man. So this one we read it last week, but just want to remind you guys, Health IQ. All right, Health IQ uses science and data to secure lower rates on life insurance for health-conscious people, including runners, cyclists, strength trainers, vegans, and more. Engagement in high-intensity exercise once per week decreases risk for cardiovascular mortality by 39% for men and 51% for women. The great thing is 56% of Health IQ customers save between 4 and 33% on their life insurance, and these savings are exclusive to Health IQ. So check out these statistics. It says Health IQ can save our customers up to 33% because physically active people have a 56% lower risk of heart disease, a 20% lower risk of cancer, and a 58% lower risk of diabetes compared to people who are inactive. So it's like saving money on your car insurance for being a good driver. Health IQ actually saves you money on your life insurance for living a health-conscious lifestyle. So learn more and get a free quote at healthiq.com/success. So again, that's healthiq.com/success, or just mention our promo code success when you talk to a Health IQ agent. So just want to, again, remind you guys, don't take things for granted. We're talking about health, we're talking about balance, and life insurance is just another one of these things that, you know what I mean? It's always weird to talk about, but you just never, don't take things for granted. Let's just leave it like that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, Health IQ, man, get your life insurance, man. Just get it. For real, man. You want to know that your family's taken care of. Candace and I did it, and it wasn't that bad. They come in, and, we both had the highest health rating, possible, and, got a great rate. And so, make sure you do that, man, because, like I said, you see my cousin, you know what I mean? Like, he's got kids in, high school and middle school, and you want to be able to take care of your loved ones should the unfortunate happen. And so Health IQ is there to give you a great rate, make sure you're straight. And so, yeah, check that out. Also, man, shout out to our sponsor, Organifi. And y'all see, man, we putting y'all on game for stuff that we care about, right? This is stuff that is big to us. Even with the HelloFresh stuff, it's like, you know, that's stuff that we actually use, guys. We use all of these things. So also shout out to Organifi. Of course, Organifi is, you know, you guys are very familiar with them. Shout out to everybody sending the testimonials talking about how good they feel with the Organifi. I've actually been on the Organifi Gold. This week, Carl, they sent me a bunch of the gold. First of all, it tastes great. I've been rocking that for a while now, definitely feeling, you know, more energy, feeling really good with the Organifi, man. So we want you to check them out too. They've been a sponsor. You guys know that. You hear us every week talk about how good it is. Sean broke down, you know, some of the, you know, ingredients and why it's so helpful to get this in your system, man. So yeah, feeling great, man. And we all are, you know, fathers and husbands and entrepreneurs, and, you know, we want to be running at our maximum health, and Organifi helps us to do that. So make sure you guys go to Organifi.com. That's ORGANIFI.com, and use the promo code SUCCESS. Get 20% off your order. Try it out, man. I got so many people sending me pics, and the conferences, even over the weekend, there were some people who brought their Organifi with them. We had an event.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, and just good stuff, man. So trying to get you guys right out there in listener land, all right? Make sure you use the promo code SUCCESS on that, Organifi.com. Use the promo code SUCCESS, man. Let them know we sent you. And, yeah, we will be very pleased.
Hey, on another note, though, did you see Glenn Twiddle?
Oh, yeah, Glenn. Yeah, yep. I did see Glenn. Oh, man, I FaceTimed with Glenn not that long ago, man. And
catch me up to speed. What's Glenn on?
Oh, yeah, no, Glenn dropped. They call, what do they call it? Kilos over there, right?
Yep, got you. Yep,
Carl, he looking like, yo, I didn't recognize him. He looked like a different person, bro.
Yep, Naomi got him on.
I'm talking about him tight, right?
The fitness, yeah, you know, Naomi ain't no joke. So yeah, no, Glenn doing this thing. Real quick, the playoffs getting ready to start. And I just, you know, I don't want to do the whole PTI, but it's looking real interesting right about now.
Houston.
He calling it out.
Houston.
Oh, you going Houston?
Oh. Houston in 6 over the 76ers.
Oh,
you
wow.
know, hey, you know me and Chris Paul be texting or whatever. So you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Chris hit me up the other day to say he thought they might have a chance. I don't know.
Yeah, CP3 against Ben Simmons. CP3 and 6.
Ben's.
He going weird on the East. Like, you think that? Yeah, I don't know about that. E.
He know he don't believe that. He wouldn't bet a vegan sandwich on that. You wouldn't bet a little vegan dessert on that.
Snicker bar would and some Cheeto puffs.
No, okay. Let me break this up in the form of a question. Does LeBron have a chance to win it all or not?
Okay, first of all, LeBron always got a doggone chance to win it all. You know what I'm saying? There's never a question of that. But I will say this to you guys. I really do feel, because this is a new team and they don't have playoff experience, that I almost think that Cleveland lost on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like they did last year. But I think the 76ers is the best matchup for the 76ers. The 76ers will give Cleveland a problem. I believe that with all my heart. So hopefully they don't have to see them in the playoffs, but that's a problem, bro. They got the big men. That's a problem for the team that, you know, that they got going now. And I believe that Houston, I don't think Golden State is healthy enough, you know, unless they bounce back. But they're not healthy right now. And Houston is on a for real run. I think they're more serious than we think they are. So I'm going with the wild card. I'm going Houston and the 76ers. I'm going for the wild card.
Nah, yeah, and you wild for that wild.
Going for the wild card.
You know what I'm saying? If you think Bron ain't coming out the East, first of all, just check the last 10-year track record. Bron coming out the East. I was just trying to see.
At some point, bro. It's got to.
Oh, it ain't gonna happen this year.
Better this year,
you did say you watched SportsCenter for a couple minutes, right?
I did.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to go watch another little episode and tell me what you see. Because Bron is playing better than he's ever played.
Bron is the best ever. Bron is the best to me. He's the best player at this age. No questions asked. Unfortunately, though, it's a five-man game, bro. It ain't one dude. And I don't know if all the new players, I don't know if they got what it takes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Now,
I actually like the moves they made. They got a little younger.
I love
You know,
it.
you got some
I
young, fresh
love it.
legs on the team. They're not
love
going to
it.
wear down.
Yeah, maybe
So,
for the finals. I love them maybe for the finals, but I don't see them being a veteran team, you know, either Houston or either Golden State. I don't see them being able to, I don't see them gelling that much. And again, they ain't faced no pressure, bro. They've been in the East. And the little pressure that they have faced, every time they play the Sixers, they come up short when they play the Sixers.
All right, you heard it here first. Sixers to the finals.
Yeah.
All right.
Folks, I'm shouting y'all out, folks. I'm shouting y'all out, folks. Show me some love when it happens.
See, that's the problem now with E being this big celebrity and all of that. Now he got insiders. He's got friends on each team, so he's got to like play this political thing. Him and Markel, like BFFs texting. Come on, man, give us a straight up opinion, would you? You know what I'm saying? I got a couple friends, but you don't see me picking them because they're trash. You know what I'm saying? They play for the Pistons.
No, that's right.
Hey, shout out to I can't remember their names off cuff, but shout out to the two people who came up to me at Starbucks today and made me feel like a celebrity.
Yeah, I love
it. A couple people hey, the brand is growing. You know what I'm saying? Dude came today and I was at Starbucks. I had a meeting, and dude was like, "Man, don't you roll with ET?" I was like, "No doubt." And then somebody else rolled up on me too, man. So you know, I'm kind of a big deal out here, Carl.
Hey, you feel me?
Man, send all autograph requests if you want me to autograph your podcast. You downloaded the cover and print it out. Feel free to send it to the P.O. box on the website, and I'll get all autograph requests back.
CJ for the finals. CJ in the finals.
I got CJ
sweeping in the
against
finals.
LeBron. CJ winning.
Yeah, against LeBron.
No, let me tell you something. I gave up this. Man, look, every day I'm reminded that my career is over. Let me tell you something. When I wake up out the bed and the knees crack, I'm like, yup. If you ever thought of getting back to the YMCA
It's a wrap.
and letting somebody have a bucket, I remember, please tell the listeners in podcast land, though, was I not giving buckets in my day?
Oh, yeah, no, I vouch for it. Yeah, no, she definitely hold his own. He hold it down.
On the hoop court. For all of y'all listening, y'all know I played football, but I was giving buckets on that hoop court. And Carl could play too. Carl caught me off guard because Carl's so low key, but then he got on the court and crossed my man.
Balance.
And whoever that was, shout out to my man. Who was it? There was 3 young boys, and I'm talking about they was in shape the whole night playing against me, Carl, and E, and we ran them boys.
I put that Detroit Piston defense on them young boys.
He brought the Skyhook back.
Vinny Microwave Johnson.
I'm talking about Vinny.
Let me tell you something. E will lock you down and set the meanest screen you've ever seen in your life. Ever seen in your life. What was I gonna say? E, when you gotta go see Wakanda? We got time for a couple questions or no?
Yeah, hurry up though, cause I'm already DDR.
Okay, well no, we don't have to. No. Yeah, what time? How long we been on, Carl?
Hour and 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's ended. Then if you don't want the people to get their Ask ET segment, I just want the hate mail to come to E.
Give me 3, Carl. Give me 3.
No doubt.
Okay, Amina in Southern California said, "Hey guys, love the podcast. What's the one talent you don't possess that you wish you did?"
They both want to sing, y'all. I could end that for y'all. They both want to sing. C and E want to sing.
Yeah, and if I couldn't get singing, I'd take the piano.
We right there. We share that. We share that.
Carl.
Oh man, I just want to beat folk up. I want a little more. I want a little more muscles. I want to beat some folk up. That's all. I want to be a little more aggressive and beat some people up.
That's good.
Regina in Tempe, Arizona said, "You guys always talk about the nice stuff you do for your wives. I'm curious, what's the last romantic thing your wives did for you?"
She cooked today. Ooh. Man, that was real.
Didi, what was the last romantic thing you did?
This is a family podcast. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Didi, what's the last? Wait, Didi. I want to hear from Didi.
You want
Didi?
Give her the mic. You don't hog the mic.
What's the last romantic thing you did for E?
I don't know if you want to have the mic. I give her the mic. Okay, she heard you.
What was the question?
What was the last romantic thing you did?
Yeah, the last romantic thing you did for Douglas.
I don't do romantic things. That's average. I'm phenomenal.
Oh.
Anybody can be romantic. It takes a beast to be in beast mode.
She said, she said it take a beast to be in beast mode. So there you have it.
DD, this is a G-rated
Move to the next
podcast.
question, see, before this get ugly.
Hey, Sean, you know she talk about that. She talk about making me do something, but that's straight from the gorilla's mouth. Straight from the gorilla's mouth.
Let's see. Naaman in the UK said, when are you guys coming back to London? I was at the last event and it was surreal. Can't wait till you guys come back.
I wish I knew that answer.
Yeah, you can't. You gotta understand.
It's rough,
he,
y'all.
He is paranoid going overseas. I don't know what's his problem, but yeah, if it was up to me, we'd be over there.
Next
I'm
week.
paranoid we're not gonna get that check, that same check we getting here in the States. Yeah, it's just a lot, y'all, to travel. You know, and people are so inconsiderate, man. You know, somebody be like, well, you only speaking for an hour. Yeah, but you have me flying 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? I got to catch up with the time zone, fly back. I'm just being real with y'all. It's not been, it's not been as lucrative as as I like for it to be. So somebody out there sponsor us and get us out there, man. Get us a good mutual situation.
Hey, they didn't have an insider the last time, see? That's all it boils down to.
No, they did.
Oh,
They didn't have the insider.
Yeah, no, they
Yeah.
didn't.
C was our insider. C
Yeah,
and Tay.
no doubt.
C and Tay was the insiders.
Oh man, I'm trying to see. We had oh man, yeah, we had another question from. I wanted to shout this person out because they were hitting us up from like far away. Did y'all see that? It was. Let me. Here we go. Love the podcast. Okay, here we go. Shout out to. Shoot, nope, that ain't it. Shout out to Stephen Newcomb. I got you, Stephen. We're gonna read your questions on the next one. But we had another one. Greetings from Viking country. And so that's Trondheim, Norway.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
My name
that
Matt.
was Minnesota. I thought that was Minnesota.
He said, I love my man. Yep. So shout out to him. He said somebody give CJ an insider. I know that. and so I know you had. He said he has a question for us. Can we put out a top 10 list of your old episodes? And so maybe we have to do that. He said Viking salute. So Mats Hade Asuni. I know I butchered your name. I apologize, but shout out to all our listeners overseas, man. We actually got a lot of people that listen to the podcast from overseas.
I think it's 200 countries. See, I was looking at the thing the other day. It's over 200 countries. I was like, whoa.
First of all, I didn't even know there were over 200 countries. So thank you. But thank you to each and every person in the U.S. and outside of the U.S. We appreciate you guys, man. We do this, to hopefully, give you guys some information and some entertainment. And always appreciate all of our international listeners for rocking with us. And I'll get to some more of the questions, man. We had a ton of questions fly in. Again, if you got a question for us, hit us at info@etinspires.com. We'll try to get it read live on the podcast. And we'll get to it. Other than that, quick announcement as well, man. We are excited. We have Game Changers opening up, man. So I'm extremely pumped about that. Our Game Changers program, which is our speaker training program, is now open for enrollment, and we're going to have our first open enrollment webinar coming up. So we're excited about that because E's going to do some training, right? You already, filmed some stuff, and then we're going to film a live webinar. So listen, do you have a message that the world needs to hear? Do you want to learn how to present with confidence when speaking to your company, group, or clients? Do you want to impact and influence people from the stage? Earn a full-time income? If that's you and you're interested in that, come join us for this webinar, 7 Steps to Dominating Your Niche and Becoming a Phenomenal Speaker. You can register at etagamechangers.com. Myself and E will be on there, as well as Cantus, really just training on the secrets that, got us to this level. So we get so many people at the conferences, et cetera, who just like, man, can you teach us how to do it? We shut down, enrollment for quite some time, man, but we're opening it back up. And so we would love for you to join us for a free webinar All right, so go sign up now because the webinar is limited spaces. How many people can get on the webinar, Carl?
We got 1,000 can get on, but I'm like, don't think that's a big number, y'all. I'm being for real. Like all the webinars we've done.
Oh no, that'll fill up in a day.
That fills up in a day, and literally we've done. Yeah, no, we filled up 2,000. I'm talking about in a matter of a day and a half. So don't take this. Don't lag on this one at all.
Yep. So register at etagamechangers.com, and we're going to be sharing. E has the 7 principles, the 7 P's that he uses that we've kind of formulated over the course of time. Man, we got a beautiful new manual that's finished up, man, that our game changers right now have. Shout out to all my game changers who are just killing it. Kendall, did y'all talk to Kendall today? Kendall, one of our first game changers. Yeah, Kendall just got a consulting gig, $18,000.
Yes.
Yep, $18,000 at a university.
Yeah. Can I say the university?
Yeah, I don't care.
University Athletic Department.
Yep. So $18,000 contract. And listen, guys, when I met Kendall, he hadn't given one speech, and so we were able to take somebody. So if you have that gift, or people always tell you you're the guy who everybody comes to, you're the young lady who everybody comes to for advice, and you kind of got that gift and that ability, as E calls it, to transform people, or you just want to learn to be a better speaker in general, man. We've been training on this thing, and we got our systems down. Pat, man, so we're teaching that, we're giving that information out. So come be a certified game changer, right? You're getting Eric Thomas certified in this program, and for the first time, man, we're opening enrollment. So etagamechangers.com, come check it out. If you want to be a professional speaker, all right, and hopefully you can take E's gigs one day, because E is half retired. So other than that, Jamaica, I believe the Jamaica site is going live on Monday.
Oh, there we go. Let's go. I'm ready.
So yeah, let me give y'all that site as well for those of you who did not join us on the cruise but are looking forward to joining us in Jamaica. I believe, Tay said the website will be live on Monday, but it's phenomenallifejamaica.com. phenomenallifejamaica.com, and that'll be live on Monday. So if you guys are, and I know that's only I think we're only doing 500 spots or something like that. So you need to get on that ASAP. We're gonna have a phenomenal time. I'm already ready for the white party, for the talent show. Honey, take me back. And so that's gonna be exciting, man. And as always, man, appreciate you guys rocking with us, man. You guys are like family to us, and you would be surprised. Like I said, the podcast has its own, cult-like following, and we always know who's in on the inside jokes and knows what GMG means and all of those things. When we get to our events, we can always tell who our podcast listeners are, and so we appreciate you guys. As always, check out breatheuniversity.com if you want to link with us on a regular basis, man. But other than that, I think that's it for me. It's like 10 o'clock on this side of town, so I'm going to go to bed and get up. And Carl, I'll be in Michigan tomorrow. So I'll see you.
Forever.
What time you up here, see?
I think our flight leaves at 3 o'clock, something like that. So I think we'll be in around 5.
Hey, Jordan already,
5-ish.
Jordan heard me telling Tamisha, seeing them coming tomorrow. He's like, who you said? I was like, CJ. He's like, Uncle CJ coming? I was like, that's not what you want to know. You want to know if Trey coming. I was like, I think Trey coming too.
Exactly.
Oh, he was lit.
Them boys.
Bro, he was lit.
Yeah, they go hard in the paint. Yep. So I'll make sure, we'll come by and see you guys, and I might just drop Trey off.
Let's
tear y'all crib up.
Let him get it.
Yeah, so enjoy that Cali weather for us. You know what I'm saying? Just to take a deep breath. We'll make sure the snow is nice and ready for you when you get to Michigan.
Still trying to see if I can find out who shot Pop.
I'm gonna go. Hey, Jalen just got back tonight, so he, Jalen came through the crib, man, and Avery she wouldn't let him put her down. She loves some Jalen, so Jalen is upstairs, so I'm gonna go chop it up with Bug real quick and get a take on his trip.
He
grown up now, so
I'm gonna get my first payment for my truck.
And he cut his hair. Have you seen him since he cut his hair?
I didn't even know that.
I was with him when he cut it.
Oh, I'm talking about he got like a fade.
You serious?
Yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm. You seen him?
He said he was starting over. See?
Oh wow.
No, I said he said he was starting over.
Yeah, he said he was looking like these kids with the way his hair was. He's like, he need to be grown. He said,
he did. I don't know if it worked though. He looked younger than he did. He already got a baby face. Now he looking super young. So, I'm gonna go chop it up with him, and that's it, man. So go leave us a review on iTunes. Hit us with that nugget of the day, man. R.I.P. my cousin Pierre. I love you,
Yes.
man. Rest in peace,
Yes.
King. And
sleep
man, much
well.
love to my family. You know, the Quinny family. I'm on my way to the crib, man. Love y'all. Can't wait to see y'all. And E, get us out of here on that nugget of the day.
Yeah,
man.
no, for real, man. Being trapped in the past, man, will eventually rob you of your future. You know what I'm saying? I know we all got a past, and you know, some of us, you know, for real, we're not proud of everything that happened in the past, but man, you can't let your past rob you of your future, man. So find a way to let it go. You know, some of the stuff, you know, for real, for some of you, it's like it's devastating. You know, you like, man, I wish I could, yeah, but you can't. You know, I should have, but it's too late now. You know what I'm saying? Like you in the present, man. Please, the present is so sweeter than the past. The present is so much, you know, fulfilling. It's so much more alive. So much more energy in the present. You know, so do whatever you got to do, man, and let that past go. You know, you already lost once by, you know, whatever it was you felt like you did in your past that you weren't proud of. But don't do a twofer. You know what I'm saying? Don't say that you ain't proud of your past and then rob your future. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. So let's live in the moment. Let's live in the now. No opportunities wasted, right? And do me a favor, as you forget your past, make the rest of your life the best of your life.
E, appreciate that nugget of the day, man. Appreciate all y'all for listening. Love y'all. We'll see you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might.